The number one limiting belief that I see founders make in the past 4 years as an agency owner for Cottonelle is this. They don't believe that selling is a service. And if that is you, then I invite you to stick around. I'm going to dive into the beliefs that you need to hold so that you can learn and step into selling authentically in a way that is aligned with you, your offer, your price point, and your ideal client and how they desire to be sold to. So welcome, I'm Esther. This is Make Believe. This is for entrepreneurs, founders, coaches, consultants with high ticket offers who are ready to make and believe in the success of their business. So I am so excited you are here on this journey. Would love if you would subscribe, like, and follow, but let's dive in. The belief that selling is a service is the one belief that I believe, no pun intended, if more founders would tap into that belief, we would see more success for founders, bar none. And the reason I say that is because your beliefs determine the success of your business. Your beliefs determine how high you can scale, the prices that you want to charge, who you allow into your programs, whether or not there's an abundance or a lack of clients in your industry, for your niche, for your offer. All of this is determined by your beliefs. And so the belief that selling is a service is the catalyst to tapping in and being able and open to strategies that are going to sell your offer, being open to strategies that put you in front of more of your ideal client, being open to having conversations, whether it's in webinars where you're going live or, a video sales letter or one-on-one conversations where they're booking on your calendar to learn about your offer. The sales piece is so important. And it is the piece that I see so many founders want to shy away from. And the reason they want to shy away from it is because they don't, I might ruffle some feathers with this, but they don't fully believe in the value of their offer. So it's easier for them to lower the price. And honestly, if you believe the price of your offer should be lower, I am not going to tell you not to do that. So I'm not slighting that in any way. If your belief is that your offer should be lower, then lower it, right? But if you know it is priced exactly as it should be, and you believe that, but you do not like showing up on sales calls or having conversations around money, around investing in you, then there is a belief inside of you, a limiting belief that you haven't yet tapped into to release, to get out of your system so that you can charge what you know you're worth, so that you can have sales conversations that are conversations. Again, the belief that a sales call is to convince somebody to work with you is a limiting belief. That is not what sales calls should be. And unfortunately, the online space has made that when you see ads for coaching programs for high ticket sales, or you see others speak about selling, it comes across as very aggressive because for that individual person and for that business, it very likely is aggressive, but that does not mean it needs to be. And I would argue that the success of my business has been because I did not show up to sales calls to convince somebody to work with me. I was very intentional around how I was selling the offer before we even had the sales call, in what I was disclosing, in what I was sharing with somebody before they even booked on my calendar. And I continue to have this in my business so that when I am showing up to a sales conversation, it is truly a conversation, but it is still my responsibility to know how to navigate that conversation, to know how to understand if the person on the other side of the Zoom or the Google Meet or whatever you're using is truly a good fit for your program, and to have the ability to step back and redirect them if they are not. So, and this is where I see so many programs will train individuals, founders, coaches, consultants that the goal of the call is to have a higher close rate. And of course, that should be the goal. We want as many clients that we can help in our programs. But where that is gotten lost is, while yes, we do want to make sure that in the messaging and in the copy and all the all the systems and all of the funnels and everything that our prospect is engaging with before they have the call with us is setting the stage so that by the time they're on the call with us, they are already 98% a good fit. So that's the first goal, should be the first goal. And you very likely already have that in your business, which means though, that now that you're having a conversation, there is still a way to navigate that conversation. And once you master the art of navigating that conversation in a way that's aligned to you, that your ideal client connects with, where you are expressing what it looks like to work with you in such a way that they comprehend it, that it's easy, and that they are seeing the value of working with you and saying yes, when you are able to tap into that, now you have a system and a strategy that can be repeatable and should be repeatable for all of your future sales calls. And so selling is a service because you are selling your service. And you know that your service is the absolute, or offer, whatever you're selling, you know it's the absolute best for your client, hands down. You know that they cannot find this anywhere else. You know that if they go work with somebody else who has a similar offer or a similar service, they are not going to experience anything that they would experience if they worked with you. And so once you internalize that, and you bring that to your sales calls, and you bring that to your marketing, and you bring that to your funnels and your emails and all the stuff, that's when you have that flow of amazing clients signed up to work with you, and you have a wait list of clients that are ready and willing. And so now it's just a conversation. And yes, as the founder, of course, it is your responsibility and your accountability to make sure that you know how to navigate a sales conversation. But a sales conversation in such a way that it is not from a place of, I am here to convince you to work with me, but rather, I am here to serve you. And if this is the best solution for you, and as the founder, of course, we believe that, then I would love for you to work with me. And so when you can learn how to shift and navigate within the sales trainings, within the sales strategies, but a strategy that's truly aligned with you, you will tap into the belief that selling is a service. And when you can tap into that, your business will grow. And you will be so excited to show up to those sales conversations or those live webinars or have conversations around money or disclose the price of your offer effortlessly, because you are already so convicted and you know that selling your offer is truly a service to the right person. And the right person is in that room with you, in that Google Meet, in that Zoom call. And so it is your right to sell them into your offer because you know they're going to get the most amazing, phenomenal results working with you. This is how you tap into the belief that selling is a service. This is how you tap in and unlock phenomenal growth for your business, because once you understand this, and once you have perfected this, and once you have this in place in your sales conversations, in your strategies, you will have such an incredible show up rate. You're going to have such an incredible close rate. Your revenue is going to exponentially increase when you have this locked in. So if you have enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would like, subscribe, leave me a comment below, and I'll see you in the next Make Believe.